Yeah, the engine stop. Aye. That'll be the Dover pilot. That means we've got 2 hours. You fit?
As I'll ever be.
Right, let's go.
Jackie? You wait, love.
Coffee number 4, boy, coming up now. Right, as soon as I give the word, show it over. Then give me about 30 seconds start. Meet me down in my cabin. We gloat over a glass of scotch, all right?
Yeah, right. Give me a proper fright. What are you doing up and about this time of night?
Dunno. Couldn't keep, could I? Must have the chance. Do you fancy having a cup of tea?
No, I thought...
No, Jack! You crazy Scotch maniac! He's dead!
I'm sorry, Captain, but I must insist that no one, absolutely no one, leaves this ship for the moment.
I'm aware of your problems, Superintendent, but my men have been away for months. They want to go home to their wives and families. Now, if we don't give them leave, the air will be blue around here.
Not as blue as mine if I let these thieves slip away. I'll take full responsibility for any unrest among your crew. Now, I'd like to have a look at that strongroom first, and then we can get on with the interviews.
Yes, I've made arrangements for the mess room and the ship's bar be put at your disposal.
Sorry, lads, you'll all have to go to your cabins. The Jacks here are going to use this place and the mess room for interrogations.
Interviews.
There's a difference.
Well, never mind what you or his lordship here wants. I want my dough and I want off.
That makes 49 of us, our kid.
But the sooner we get organized, the sooner you'll be free to go, sailor.
Don't mind him, he's a good lad. Just wants to get home and see his beef.
Beef?
His bird, lad.
Oh. Well, it's Mr. Hobbs, isn't it?
That's right, but you can call me Scouse.
Or Bose.
Up to you.
I think Mr. Hobbs.
Okay, lad.
Now, my boss will be wanting to see you later, I expect, Mr. Hobbs. But while we're here, I thought you wouldn't mind me asking you a few questions.
I've got a choice?
Not really.
Thought not.
Now, then, apart from yourself, who do you think among the men on board could have set this thing up?
Apart from myself. Me?
Well, bosun being a position of trust and all that.
Look, I've got news for you, Chief. There's only one person got the key to that strong room hatch, and that's the old man.
But it wasn't got at from the hatch there, was it?
Well, how the hell would I know? All I know is when the customs came aboard to clear the ship, screaming pandemonium broke out.
Yes, all right. Now, where would I get hold of a detailed plan of the ship?
Chief engineer.
Where does he hang out?
I'll show you.
Have you heard?
What?
They've stopped all shore leave. There's cozzers up the gangways, the ship's running a lie wheel, and customs men.
Well, what do you expect? Well, I told you, just keep cool and everything will be all right.
But they still make me nervous.
Make you nervous? That's great, isn't it? It's me that's going to have to stand appalled down to having form. It's me they're going to egg to death. What's your problem? You got no form. You just keep stum and everything will be all right.
And this is the bar. Be all right for you?
Yes, fine, thank you, Captain.
Anything else I can do for you?
Just one or two questions.
Yes, of course.
First, how many people on board knew about the bullion cargo?
Everyone.
Everyone?
Well, when we load it in Cape Town, it's driven to the dock accompanied by an army of security people. The crew would have to be blind not to know about it.
Great.
Apart from that, we only used to ship it once in a blue moon. But for the last 18 months, we've been freighting it regularly.
Why is that?
It used to be carried in passenger ships, properly equipped for such a cargo. But this company sold a couple.
Properly equipped, which means that this ship isn't.
No, not exactly. It's just... Oh, thank you. It's just that the larger vessels on the South African run have proper strongrooms, whereas we had to modify the after locker in number 3 hold, as well as we could from a security point of view. Not an easy task in a ship this age, I can assure you.
But a ventilation shaft.
I know, but apparently it just wasn't economically viable to alter the basic structure of the ship. And after all, this has never happened before.
I'm afraid that's what they all say, Captain.
I've been over this with the chief engineer, sir. Now, it seems that the shaft in question, thank you, runs the full length of the forward hatches from here to here, with outlets in all the holes, and ends up in the strongroom, which is here, directly in front of the bridge.
I see. You've got men looking for the entry point?
Yes, it shouldn't take them too long.
Good. Well, meanwhile, Captain Williams has supplied us with a full list of the crew. Phone it through to CRO. I want them all checked. Also, C11 and correspondence registers.
Right.
Oh, and tell that customs chap I'd like to see him, will you?
Yes, fine.
How many of the crew have access to these?
Well, there's a ship's plan on the main bulkhead to the saloon entrance here, for everyone to see. But the actual blueprints, well, all my officers, I suppose, including the 2 cadets, possibly the bosun. Oh, and the chippy, of course. That's the ship's carpenter.
Yes, I do know the expression, sir. What about this chap that's missing, this steward?
What about it?
Well, he's missing for a start. So are 6 bars of gold valued at £17,000 a bar.
Not his line of country.
What's he like?
I'm thinking, what was he like, Superintendent?
You think he may be dead?
I don't know. There's just no way I can see how he could have got off the ship other than by...
Going overboard at sea?
Something like that.
What were his chances of surviving?
At night, very little.
He's gone, and the gold has gone.
I know.
And missing people and missing loot have a way of going together.
You wanted to see me, Superintendent?
You are the senior customs officer in charge of the search?
Yes.
Mr.
Brooks.
Come in, Mr. Brooks. My name is Clay. How are things going?
Nothing yet. We'll keep at it, but I'll be surprised if it's still on board.
Can I offer you any extra help? More men to help with the search, perhaps?
I've got a 30-strong, highly trained rummage squad out there. If they can't find it, the Lord God Almighty himself can't.
No, but I can always try and get his advice through our information room.
Pardon?
Hi, Jackie. How many times have I told you not to call me Jackie?
What's this? Hey, you are coming back next trip, aren't you?
Hi.
All those bags, I mean, you must have...
I said I was coming back.
I came round last night, Jackie. Wondered where you were.
It's not as if we're just looking for half a pound of cannabis. Houdini couldn't hide £198 of gold bullion from my men.
I'll go along with her. His people know my ship better than the people that built her. It's the run we're on. Drugs, you know.
Excuse me, sir. No, you're wanted on the foredeck, sir.
Excuse me. Thank you.
What's it all about?
Honestly, don't know. I just get the impression that these customs blokes think we're on different sides.
We're intruding on their manor. We've got things moving.
Yes, I've set the mess room up for interviews. They're running in a couple of phones now.
Good. And Captain Williams thinks we can rule out the missing second steward as a suspect.
No?
He also thinks it was quite impossible for him to get off the ship without being seen.
He could have jumped overboard last night.
Carrying nearly 200 weight of gold?
Let it down first if there was a small boat waiting.
No, the forecastle lookout would have reported it.
Not if he was part of it.
Too dangerous, I think. Did he have any enemies on board?
Not that I know of, but there's always a certain amount of enmity between departments.
But enough to warrant serious violence.
Tell you I couldn't sleep when I went for a walk. Now have you got it?
Yes, Jackie, yes.
We found where they gone to the vent shaft.
Good. All right, let's go.
All right, men, join up with the gang in the 4P. We'll take over here.
I do trust your men haven't touched anything, Mr. Brooks.
My men know the score. That was spotted straight away, so nothing has been touched.
I'm sorry, just that it does simplify things for our forensic boys.
That a fact, Sergeant.
How far would you say it was from here to the strongroom, Mr. Brooks?
Roughly about 100 feet, I'd say.
Would need a small, thin man to wriggle through there.
And as he would have neither the time, energy, or space to get 6 heavy bars back in one go, he'd have an accomplice.
How do you do it? And to pull it through?
Well, it's only a wild, uninformed, and totally uninspired guess, but rope.
Make a note to check on it.
If you mean check if any is missing, you're wasting your time.
Yeah?
There's miles of the stuff on a ship like this. 1,000 foot wouldn't be missed.
You never know, Mr. Brooks. May have taken enough to hang themselves.
He what? He did what?
Aye, last night.
Oh, that's terrific, isn't it? Now, that's marvellous. How come you didn't bring him along? I mean, he could have held your hands while I was working my guts out down in that vent last night. Look, Jack. Your private life's your own. Precisely that. But last night, now that was business.
He'll nae say anything. Dinna worry.
Gold flake?
It could be French. Or possibly American.
Right. Get the team to work down here, photographers, fingerprints, forensic, you know. Also the hatch and the deck above. Do your men smoke on duty?
Not on a search like this.
Well, Mr. Brooks, if the gold isn't on board, where would you hide it?
Ahoy there below!
Scotland Yard's answer to Billy Budd. Spotted a whale, have you?
No, sir, but a couple of queer fish, though, instead.
1885277. 1885277.
And make sure you don't forget that. Because once they've CRO'd the crew, I'll have more chance of getting a pork chop into a synagogue than getting off here. There's no reason why they should keep you long, is there?
Aye.
What's the matter?
Nothing.
Right. Nearest phone, get on Harry and give him the message. And for God's sake, don't make his bottle go. Just tell him I'll be a little bit longer than I thought, okay?
Leave it to me, Jazz.
And from now on, we're no more than shipboard acquaintances. I'm just the chippy, and you're the thick AB, right?
Right.
Oh, and Jack. The Sugar Plum Fairy. You don't even know him.
It's all that weight you've lost.
There's one from CRO and one from Correspondence Registry.
Interesting.
Yes, very.
Has Magilux come up with anything else?
Magilux.
Mr. Brooks. One coat covers.
No, but he did paint one picture, though. He did now seem 99% certain that the stuff went overboard somewhere between the estuary and Gravesend.
Yes. Yes, I suppose it's reasonable to assume that if they were cute enough to pull this off...
They would be aware of the risks, exactly. I mean, experienced rummage squads, etc. Well, the thing is, though, where the hell is it?
Clay? Yes? No, sir, my men are dealing with the majority of your crew in the mess room. No, they'll be allowed ashore shortly. A few, perhaps, that I'll be interviewing myself. My pleasure. Bye. Just some personnel man from the company. Seems he's copying hell from the crew's relatives. How are the interviews going in the mess room, anyway?
Oh, fairly quickly. Now, then, who shall we start with? How about one of these two here?
No, I think we'll save the favourites for now. I'll start with this bosun chap, Hobbs. You get onto the Shipping Federation about our friends there.
Right.
Yeah, Robsy, get that down here. Nothing like a drop of the old duty-free, is there?
Chaz.
You know, what I really want to know, you crafty old Burke, is where you stuck all that gold.
Listen, now, if I had that sort of money, I'd either buy Charlie George for Bill Shankly or drink myself to death.
Oh, Bose, they want you in the bar. I only raided the mess room, I'm glad to say.
Them jacks.
Yeah, but before you confess all to them scouts, how about sticking me in for Marwhack, all right?
I'll do that.
See you later.
Oops, I thought me luck had changed.
Oh, Bose, you're so direct.
God, you're the wrong shape and sex for me, Blossom.
Oh, I know that, love. Still, another trip and, who knows?
Well, Jack McNeil won't, I shouldn't think.
What do you mean?
Work it out for yourself, La. See ya.
you're in charge of most of the cleaning and painting on board. Does that include the hold?
Yeah.
So you'd be familiar with the ventilation system?
Would I?
In the hold?
Well, I've seen them, but as regards being familiar, I've seen a rabbit hole before now, but it doesn't mean to say I got familiar with it.
Uh-huh. I always thought you Scousers had plenty of rabbit. The steward, Shenley, do you know him well?
Well as anyone could.
Meaning?
A bit of a loner, wasn't he? Felt sorry for him, really.
Oh, why?
Well, he was one of these insomnibusts.
One of what?
Them people who can't sleep, you know.
You sure of that?
More or less.
He told you?
Not in as many words, he wasn't the moaning type. But when we're on the coast, in and out of port, the deck crowd do keep funny hours. 9 nights out of 10, you'd see old Shen wandering down the deck.
Oh, that'll be all for now, Mr. Hobbs. Thank you for your help. Is Mr. Palmer about at all?
He was in his cabin.
Ask him to pop along with you.
Okay, Chief.
I've been to the Shipping Federation.
What's their excuse?
They seemed rather put out when I told them that a convicted burglar was on their books as a leading hand, but it seems that Palmer gave them references going back 5 years.
Who from? The governor of Wandsworth?
There's a fellow named Haynes. Owns a small boatyard.
Sit down, Mr. Palmer. I'm Chief Superintendent Clay, and this is Sergeant Dexter.
Well, what can I do for you, Superintendent?
Quite a bit, I hope. You were the ship's carpenter for about a year.
Yeah.
Any other ships apart from this?
No. Joined the merchant. This is my first job.
And previous to this?
Worked ashore as a shipwright.
Oh, yes. That was for 5 years, wasn't it?
Shall we do each other a favour?
What sort of favour?
Stop playing games.
Games?
Games. Look, how do you think I felt when this thing went off? It's obvious you've checked everyone on board. My feet won't touch with the Federation. I'll never get another ship when they find out I've got form.
Maybe you're thinking of retiring, Mr. Palmer.
Here we go. Look, I earn as much money as a chippy as I ever did thieving, and no aggravation. I just don't want to know anymore.
So what about these references?
Yeah, well, that's something else, isn't it? I suppose I've gone and put poor old Harry right in stuck.
Harry?
Well, Harry Haynes, my brother-in-law. Well, the references, you know. Oh, come on, he was just doing me a favour.
Which included breaking the law for you.
A small one, a misdemeanour, which no one would have found out about if it hadn't been for this.
Precisely.
Oh, come on, Superintendent. I'd never have got away to see if he hadn't have stuck me up as working for him for a 5 stretch now, would I?
How long did you actually work for him?
About a year. I did a carpentry course in the Nick. Well, when I got out, he took me on as a trainee shipwright.
What was this burning desire to run away to sea at your age, Mr. Palmer?
The usual marriage problems that started when I was doing Burden. Well, got out of hand when I got home.
Yes, I can see you've had a terribly hard life, Charles, but what about this gold?
What about it? Typical, isn't it, eh? You try and do it right, break away from all your old contacts so you don't get involved and tempted, and you get this. What chance has a man got?
I wonder if Mr. Colburn still visits Wandsworth.
Mr. Colburn? What you two on about?
He used to take the drama class there.
Jackie? Jackie?
This time.
Look, how many more times? All Shenley is to me is the man who issues clean sheets and booze. He's not the sort of fellow you get to know very well.
Did you know he was an insomniac?
Look, I don't care if he's a bloody packer-mac. I've got my own problems.
Yes, Mr. Palmer, I rather suspect you have.
I don't know what you're on about.
You know well enough. I'm on about this. Your lies.
You can tell quite a story, can't you, Charles? I mean, how do you spend a year on a ship this size without getting to know anyone?
Of course I know Jock McNeil, but why should I know him well?
Birds of a feather and all that.
And what's that supposed to mean?
It means, Charles, that you and McNeil are the only two on board who have ever been nicked for anything more significant than speeding.
Oh. Jock's got form as well, has he?
marvellous, isn't he?
Oh, yeah, Oscar material.
Golden Oscar.
Yeah, well, when you two have finished your little Gert and Daisy act, perhaps you tell me what his form's got to do with me.
Well, in our comical way, Mr. Palmer, that is exactly what we're going to find out.
I don't want a drink. I just want to know why you're not coming back next trip.
I'm coming back. That clown of a bosun was just trying to wind you up. Here.
No! You're going off somewhere with your newfound friend. Oh, I bet he's black market.
I don't know who you're on about.
You know who. You spent all your time with him on this last voyage. Who? The carpenter, that's who!
No,
I can easily check, you know.
Check what?
Whether you're leaving the ship. I'll ask Captain Williams. He'll tell me.
Murder?
Attempted murder and warehouse breaking. The night watchman was found half beaten to death.
And McNeil got clean away with it. I do suppose you are familiar with the Scottish legal system. The verdict was not proven.
Yeah, true to form, mate. A jury find the man not guilty, but you two old Bill still pass sentence.
It wasn't not guilty, it was not proven.
What's the difference? He wasn't convicted, was he? But you still got him down as having form.
Did he tell you he hadn't any?
Of course not. Why should he? Look, you're wasting your time. I hardly knew the fella.
Did McNeil ever meet your brother-in-law?
Wouldn't know him from a bar of soap. Look, Mr. Clay, I'm worried about Harry, those references, you know. Well, he was only trying to give me a leg up. I mean, you're not going to nick him, are you?
I'm not a petty man, Charles. If the Shipping Federation doesn't want to make a fuss, I shouldn't think we will. Bearing in mind also the embarrassment it would cause their security people, well...
No. Well, thanks a lot, Mr. Clay.
Not at all, Charles. It's just that I have this notion that you and your brother-in-law, Mr. Haynes, have got a great deal more than petty fraud to worry about. I think it's about time we had a little chat with McNeil.
That'll do! For God's sake, help me! Please help me!
You're pretty good at beating people up, aren't you, McNeil?
He asked for it. Your man nearly broke my arm.
What do you mean he asked for it?
You know well enough.
I'm afraid you'll have to enlighten me.
He's trying to
To what?
get fresh, you know.
How long have you known him?
Since I've been on here.
And that is?
6 to 7 months.
And suddenly, after all those lonely months at sea, when you get to port, he tries to get fresh with you.
Aye.
Did the night watchman in Glasgow try to get fresh?
What
Did Shenley try
Shenley got... I didn't know what you're on about.
Tell me then what Shenley got, McNeil.
It's all right, Danny, now. It's all right. Everything's all right. He's with my governor now, so he can't do any more harm.
But my face, he's broken my face.
Don't worry, the doctor's on his way. It's only superficial, I'm sure.
But why? Why has he broken my face?
Well, you must know why, Danny.
He's insane.
You know him well.
He was my friend.
Have you known him to be violent on other occasions?
Not to me personally. The opposite, if you take my meaning.
But you've seen him being violent with others.
There's this animal thing about him, see? People are afraid.
But not you.
Not until now.
I've had enough of your babbling. I got a train to catch.
Sit down, McNeil. You're not frightening anyone. There's no 8-stone weakling or 69-year-old night watchman here.
I tell you, I hardly know Shenley. The nearest I get to the chip is when we batten down the hatches. And the only Haynes I ken of is a footballer.
Where were you last night?
Are you deaf or daft? I finished my watch at midnight. I went below and I went to my bed.
And every night we'd have a chat, see? He'd tell me his troubles and, well... he'd had a terrible time as a child, you know. I don't understand. What did I do? I was helping him, getting him to read good books and that. Till this last trip, anyway.
Why this trip, Danny? What happened?
He spent all of his time with that nasty little know-it-all.
Who's that?
Charlie Big Head Palmer.
The carpenter.
Yeah.
Did you see McNeil last night?
No. I should have gone round there.
To his cabin?
Palmer's had it out with him, but I wouldn't give him the satisfaction.
All right, Danny, now calm down, calm down, calm down.
I should have. When I couldn't find Jackie, I should have.
Now, let me get this right, then. Now, you went to McNeil's cabin last night and he wasn't there, right?
Of course, I can guess where he was, though.
Where?
Palmer's, of course. Well, that's what I meant when he
Well,
said...
never mind about that. Now, what time did you go to McNeil's cabin last night?
You went straight to bed.
Aye.
No walk around the deck, no cup of tea, drink, anything.
I tell you I was tired. Same as you'd be if you'd done a hard day's graft. Not that you'd know what that is.
Do you always smoke these?
Aye, I like American cigarettes.
This brand in particular?
Aye. Is anything wrong with that?
No, I don't think there is. Where were you on watch last night before you went to bed?
Bridge.
See Shenley at all?
No.
Sure?
Positive.
On watch 4 hours. And didn't see him once on a ship this size?
I was on the wheel. I wouldn't see anyone from there. Any case, no one wanders around the deck at night on a poxy cargo boat.
Not even an insomniac?
When will they know for certain, Superintendent?
Not until after the post-mortem. This evening, perhaps. The doctor seemed pretty sure about it.
That he was dead before he hit the water?
I'm afraid so.
I'll be in my cabin if needed.
One of the old school.
Mm-hmm.
Had tears in his eyes when he identified Shenley.
Imagine he's seen a few sights in his time, too. These things were no joke during the war.
Sorry, mate.
What's up, man?
No concern of yours.
I just want to see Chuck McNeil.
And your name is?
And Charles Palmer, why?
What do you want to see him about?
Just want to get a jumper back. I lent him last week, all right?
Sorry. You can't see him.
Why?
He's under arrest.
Under arrest? What for?
Assault. Done one of your shipmates over.
Must have taken some force to cave Shenley's head in like that.
Yes, and it would have taken considerable strength to haul that gold about.
Yeah. Did you catch Palmer's face when you sprung him with McNeil's form?
Yes. Cool customer is our Charlie Palmer.
Yeah, well, yeah, it doesn't matter anyway.
Hello. Is it possible to check if my phone's working okay for incoming calls?
Palmer's done 5 voyages on here, and each time there's been bullion freighted.
So, he waits for the right night and the right man.
McNeil.
Yeah, gotta be. Strong?
Psychopathic.
That too.
Which is what bothers me.
Why?
Palmer's not an idiot, and he's not violent. Why should he pick a chap like McNeil to graft with?
Well, perhaps he didn't recognize him as being a crank.
It radiates with McNeil. Couldn't miss it.
Well, it could be that he thought that he'd waited long enough. I mean, 5 trips. And the chance the company would stop shipping it, and the McNeil was the only possible candidate.
Mm. Well, if that is the case, I bet he's regretting it.
Well, we all make mistakes.
Let's try and imagine what went on inside his head. Now, he knew that he would have to stand a pull down to having form, but he thought McNeil was clean and wouldn't be bothered with anything more than a formal hearing.
And would have to get ashore.
And get in touch with a possible third party.
Well, I'll pop down there now, shall I?
Yeah, take some men, give him a spin, but tread carefully for now. He may be guilty of nothing more than supplying false references.
Well, that's enough for starters, isn't it?
Have you ever known a convicted thief earn an honest living by owning up to it and going straight?
Yes.
Huh?
The one that gave up villainy made a fortune writing about it.
Oh, Mr. Brooks. Come in. Oh, what's new?
Well, that's about it, Superintendent. You name it, we've dismantled it.
Paint store as well?
Of course. Why do you ask?
Oh, just a thought. Well, I'm sorry we wasted your time, Mr. Brooks.
Oh, well, it wasn't entirely wasted. Some of the crew will be sick.
Oh, really? Why?
Well, because of manpower problems, we're not usually this stringent. Uncovered quite a little haul here and there.
Anything I should know about?
Nothing we can't handle.
Tell me, anyway.
A bit of contraband booze and tobacco, some pornography, normal small amounts of dacha.
Dacha?
It's the South African term for cannabis.
Oh, I see. But no gold?
No gold.
What's this then?
Police! Mr. Haynes, isn't it?
Yeah, but I mean...
Don't worry, Mr. Haynes. I'd like to ask you a few questions. I'm so sorry if we startled you. Please, let me give you a hand with this. Well, I'll hold it and you lift it on, all right? I was given to understand that you're the boss around here.
That's right.
I see. No strong young labourers to do all the manual stuff, eh?
I'm a subcontractor. Me men are fitting a prop down the Albert.
The Albert?
Albert Docks. Excuse me.
Yes, sure.
Well, what's it all about then?
Have a scout round outside first. You know, the yard and the big shed.
Scout round? I mean, what's going on
Mr.
here?
Haynes, shall we sit down? You look exhausted.
Yeah. Yeah, all right. I guess I'm a bit long in the tooth for heavy collar.
Thank you. Well, that's better, isn't it?
I'd thought you'd been finished with me, Mr. Clay.
Sit down.
It's about time I was going home, you know.
Remember what you said about playing games?
Yeah.
Well, the game is over, Mr. Palmer.
I'm not with you.
I've just seen the body.
Body?
He looked exactly what he was.
I don't get you.
Shenley, a harmless middle-aged man who died because he couldn't sleep at night.
Shenley? Shenley's dead?
Don't make me angry, Palmer. I'm a copper. I'm not supposed to get angry.
Well, tell me what you're on about, then.
It's not your style, is it?
You haven't got a Times crossword, Andy, have you? I mean, I'll have a go at that while I'm here.
Don't you be flippant with me, Palmer.
I'm trying to help you.
Help me?
To help yourself. Like I said, I don't think it's your style, not cold-blooded murder.
What? Ah, Charlie? No chance, mate. No chance. He just hasn't got it in him.
Yes, well, I am rather inclined to agree with you, Mr. Haynes, but you see, he could still be found guilty of murder, even though it was his partner that actually did it.
What partner?
Don't worry, I don't mean you. Well, I mean, you weren't on board anyway, were you? Well, I mean, small boats are more your line, aren't they?
Small boats? Partners? What are you on about?
Well, no. I mean, I'd rather say more labourer come minder than partner, wouldn't you?
You're losing me, mate.
Oh, come on, Haynes. The nutter, MacNeil.
Oh, leave it out, Mr. Clay, will you? I don't get mixed up with lunatics like that.
I dare say you're regretting it now, but then you didn't have the full SP of him, did you?
Didn't, don't, and don't want.
You thought he had no form. Well, technically, he hasn't. But when the courts let a villain get away with it, do you think we just burn the file?
You're rabbiting on again. I'm just not with you, Mr. Clay.
I am talking about your mistakes, Mr. Palmer. You made another bad one, didn't you? You thought that physical strength and taciturnity were ideal ingredients for a partner in crime. You were blind to his psychotic streak.
You know, when I mentioned the Times crossword just now, I didn't really mean I could do it, you know. Words like that are just wasted on me, Mr. Clay.
I don't think so, Mr. Palmer.
Oh, look, Charlie, I honestly don't want to see you go down for life. I mean, nicking the stuff is one thing. I can almost half admire the way you pulled it off. But murder?
Look, I told you, I don't know anything about any murder.
Put him in his cabin and stay with him.
Don't go on, mate. How am I supposed to know who Charlie ships out with?
Well, I think you know this one, Mr. Haynes.
What am I supposed to say to that?
Look, Charlie may have mentioned something about a jock geezer.
May have?
Well, in conversation, like.
And you never met him?
I've never met any of Charlie's shipmates. Far as I know, he's the only local boy on board.
Well, that makes sense, I suppose.
What makes sense?
Well, you'd have no need to meet him, would you?
Hello. Danny, isn't it?
Who are you?
My name's Clay, Tom Clay.
Are you a policeman?
Yes, I work with the chap you've already met, Sergeant Dexter.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he's quite a dish.
Do you mind if I have a little chat with you?
Of course, please, sit down.
No, that's all right. Danny, what I
Mr.
want...
Clay?
Yes?
You remind me of my father.
You don't mind us taking a look round, do you, Mr. Haynes?
Don't have to, do I, mate?
But you could demand a warrant.
A lot of difference that'd make.
Expecting a phone call?
Not particularly.
Something tells me that you've been expecting one all day.
Only from my foreman to let me know how that prop job's going.
Do you know something, Mr. Haynes?
What's that?
Something smells to me. And if it turns out that you are involved in all this, you could get, now, what do you reckon, 15 years?
Oh, leave me out, Governor. I haven't done nothing. Don't talk about prison. I'd die in prison.
Well, you'd have to do just as long as you could, then.
How do you mean?
Before you died.
Dead? Head injuries? That's terrible.
Yes, it is terrible.
He was such a nice man. My boss he was, but never bossy, you know. How could anyone kill him?
We're pretty sure it was McNeil, Danny.
Oh, Jack is
If
fine.
Sergeant Dexter hadn't intervened when he did, McNeil might have murdered you, Danny. So you see how important it is that you make a statement.
What can I say?
Just the truth. Can't you see? Why should he tell us that he was in his cabin all night?
Because he was with Palmer in his cabin. You see, he didn't want me to know.
You don't really believe that, do you, Danny?
No.
Are you nicking me over those references I give Charlie?
Let me put it this way, Mr. Haynes. If, or should I say when, we arrest you for conspiracy to steal, it will be part of the evidence against you.
But I haven't done no conspiracy.
Well, nothing to worry about then, have you?
Palmer and McNeil.
We think so.
Well, that's it then, isn't it?
Not quite, I'm afraid, Captain.
But from what you've told me, I would have thought you'd have...
Suspicion and circumstantial. No proof. No gold.
Would you like a drink?
On duty.
But what about young Danny's statement?
Oh, it simply indicates that McNeil's been lying about being in his cabin at the time that young Danny went there. In the event of a court hearing, McNeil would suddenly remember that he went to the toilet or something around that time. Go in.
Ah, thank you.
Your drink, sir.
Right.
Yeah.
That's all, thank you. Good health.
Cheers.
That cigarette end you took from McNeil, you say it's the same brand as the one you found in the hold?
Yes.
Haven't I read somewhere that a person's blood group can be established from their cigarette ends?
Yes, it is possible. But it still wouldn't amount to anything more than circumstantial. Unless McNeil's blood group was rare. And then he'd have to be the only one on board with it.
What about the clothes they wore?
Well, we're checking their gear. But my guess is that they wore overalls and dumped the lot overboard together with the tools, the gold, and the murder weapon. Well, I've had another chat with your bosun, by the way.
Anything?
Well, he corroborated what young Danny told us.
Palmer and McNeil spending time together on board?
Yeah.
Well, that seems proof enough to me.
And to me. But even a moderately competent defense lawyer could get a case like this thrown out before it ever came to trial.
What will you do then?
Don't worry, Captain. We'll get them. It's not often we get this close and fail. Something will turn up.
All that glitters really is, isn't it, Mr. Haynes?
All right. I don't deny I helped with the gold, but it got nothing to do with no murder,
All
nothing.
right, Haynes, tell the judge.
Look, I'd like to explain. Please.
Well, that's good. We like cooperation.
All right, Phil. Now, get your men to take him down to the station. You get yourself back here. All right? In case you didn't get the gist of that, we've found the gold at your brother-in-law's workshop. And you both also may be interested to hear that Mr. Haynes is coughing his heart out.
Filth.
Me or Haynes? Was it yours or your brother-in-law's idea to mold the gold into an anchor? Well, doesn't really matter. You'll have plenty of time to weigh up the merits of the idea after the judge weighs you off for conspiracy to steal and murder.